Alright, boys, let's do a recap here on indices. So, coming today right at 9:30, it's pretty bad as far as what we had to work with right now because when you open 9:30 and it's at the current high of day, it's never a good it's never really good to trade, honestly. Like, here's the 9:30 candle right here. NQ is just basically at the current high of day, above highs. Like, we wanna be able to trade to these highs, right? And the next high is really far away, so it's kind of awkward, right? Kind of has this awkward gray space that I talk about, right? In my course, I talk about longing. Within here is really not ideal. We could have got like a SMT fill maybe, but these are not ideally how you want to trade SMT fills, right? For example, we want to trade SMT fills like this. Okay, so like you have a close draw on liquidity, and let's say you get the SMT fill like this. It's like candle 1, candle 2, candle 3, and here's the gap, and then you get the SMT fill like this with candle 4. This is what I'm talking about. Like, these SMT fills are only applied when we have a close draw on liquidity, right? When you're like within a model or something like this. Not at the current high of day when the draw on liquidity is like super far away. Because like you're not close to a draw on liquidity. You're basically just buying high of day. And the draw on liquidity gets taken out very, very quickly. Meaning, the retracement that caused the retracement into the gap, it's too close, we want structure, the close structure to target, and we want to get in before that. So this it's awkward, right? So you're gonna see that we kind of just expand like this, and to me the day is pretty much kind of cooked. I'd rather focus on YM actually, because it has the retracement, right? It has the potential internal to external movement here. We just need a strength switch. If you want to trade lagging asset, you need a strength switch. We pretty much waited all day for that until PM session, or not PM session, but around 11 o'clock, and we finally got it. So 10:30 opens. Let me go to my slides real quick. I'm gonna show you guys something real quick. This is in my videos, or this is gonna be in my video, asset sync video part 2. But this is a decoupled move, right? Where you're seeing this one go higher, this one go lower, but now you have to decipher, right, with your intuition, which is the real manipulation, because that's what decoupling is. When assets move in opposite directions, it is simply manipulation / retracement. So why would we view this as retracement? There's a couple reasons, right? We have an SMT at the lows here, where on all assets they have displaced away the 2-stage SMT. I kind of forgot to mention that as well, by the way. Let's go on the daily real quick to show you that. Now, when we create this SMT, like as soon as we create this SMT, am I thinking that we're gonna fall in reverse? No, because it's kind of like it's almost like a pattern to me, because it's not in a great framework, right? We're like coming off of these lows, a bunch of lows below us, so it's not like I would ever assume reversal, but you can respect it when price displaces away like this. That's when you can respect it, of course, right? So you see, like right here, like this is really obvious now that definitely NQ wants to go to this high. Okay, now once it reaches high, it's gonna do what? It's gonna create SMT, likely, because look how far away this asset is this high, right? So it's gonna create SMT. Now all you gotta do is, are we gonna reverse there? If you don't reverse there, where are we gonna go? The next draw on liquidity. It's really as simple as that. So as you can see, we clearly don't reverse there because 9:30 just fucking rips. If we want to reverse, what do we want to do? 9:30 reverse off this high, because we open up at the high day, there was no reversal put in, so therefore 9:30 needs to put in a reversal, and it doesn't do that. Clear failed to manipulate. So this is why I'm filtering that I want to be bullish. Like this counter move lower, I'd rather like long, right? Now the only issue here is when this gets created. Oh, first off, hold on. I'm kind of jumping ahead, my bad. So this move lower is obviously, I'm thinking, a retracement / reversal. But you want to time it. You want to time the synchronization with those 90-minute opens, right? So you can view this whole quarterly candle, which is a 90-minute interval of time. You can view it as retracement. So when would we expand? The next candle, right? And if we're closing a expansion candle, this quarter has not reversed, so we must put in a reversal. So you have to put in a reversal candle, or you have to have an SMT or something like that. So here is the reversal, right? It's also within a 4-hour gap as well, right? So today is one of those days we gotta wait a little bit, right? We go from 9:30 all the way to waiting until 11 o'clock. That's an hour and 30 minutes. You gotta wait. But let me just show you this very quickly. Brother, I'm never approving anyone. Hold on. It's like around here. So this is a great example. Right, so you're always gonna have a drawn liquidity available or open. So any move away from the drawn liquidity is viewed as what? Like I said, it is viewed as retracement / manipulation. So we know that if we're bullish, then the move lower on YM is viewed as a retracement / reversal. So this decoupling move, right, is going to be capped off by some type of key level, right? So that can be a gap, that can be a swing low. So in this case, we're bullish. So all we really have within this range is what? It's just gaps. We don't have a swing low. So it's just a gap, right? And you see a bunch of gaps, gap here, gap here. Which one to use? Go to the 4-hour. It's one solid gap. It's just one gap, right? And then we time it with 9:30 or 10:30, but we also time it with string switching. That's what we really want to see if one trades a lagging asset. Because I personally don't want to trade this asset just because, I mean, I have much more range. So check this out. Like, this is technically the, well, first off, I don't like trading this personally because it's kind of like consolidation to me. And this is what made it a little bit low probability to me. If we did this is what I was maybe anticipating to happen potentially. Let me show you, because here's a strength just PSP, right? Because remember, there's an SMT here to the left, but there's also an SMT with that 90-minute low right here. That's a bearish SMT, but and then you have a bullish closure. So there's your strength switch SMT. And this confirms the low of the 4-hour candle. So a swing point confirming the low of a 4-hour candle. RTY is also below the current day low as well. So there's SMT there as well. Kind of like seek and destroy profile though. But yeah, so you technically have SMT here as well, right, with YM. Now what we're gonna say? What was I gonna say? I was gonna mention. Oh yeah. So look here. Look at this low. Look how far away we are to this low on the next open. We're really far away from this low right here at the open of the new 11 a.m. 1-hour candle. But look at NQ. To me, NQ is consolidating, right? Yes, you can see it. It's just an inside bar, right? So if this is consolidation, I would ideally want an SMT like this to be the trigger for all assets to move in the same direction. That's what I would really want to make this super high probable. We don't get that. So that would look like this, by the way, essentially. Like a 2-seed or something like that. Because remember, this candle here, as you see, did not take out the 9 a.m. low. This candle did take out the 9 a.m. low, right? So that would be that strength switch, right? So that's what I'd really love to see here, but nonetheless, we have the V shape here. We have the V shape. Whether I was viewing this on 3-minute, doesn't really matter what you're viewing on. This is not an SMT here, it's just a sweep. So you get the V shape there. I want to wait for the hourly candle to close. And this is like a positional entry, right? So I basically entered on the 11 a.m. open, like this, right? And yeah, I like the way we left these highs here. This looks like consolidation to me as well. So that's why it doesn't really look like a reversal, right? So yeah, it looked pretty good, honestly. But I went break even here because the reason also why this is kind of low probably in my opinion is because how large this daily range is over here on NQ, right? So this is what we're currently forming right now as price was trading. We had this 2-stage here, which kind of spooked me out a little bit. So it was right here at one point, which is like a gap on the 30-minute. You see this? So at one point we had an SMT fill here. That's why I marked this SMT fill here. At one point the SMT fill here, and then we displaced lower like that. With NQ having a gap on the hourly, I assume that maybe we could go and fill in this gap here on NQ as well. So I really thought we were potentially going to go lower. So I just exited. So I'm not just exiting off like emotions. Like I hope you understand like why I exit this personally. If you take the trade too in the stream, like you guys can do what y'all want, but that's why I took it, not just because of like emotion, nothing like that. Like it made sense to me. Hopefully that makes sense to you, but That's why I exited it. And at this point, you know, when we CSD again, there's just no point in taking it, in my opinion. Like the too close to the draw. In hindsight, yeah, it does go too hard. But dude, I'm cool like missing a day, guys. Like I'm cool. It doesn't matter, bro. Like I don't care about a break even or like a red day or something. Like it's all good. I don't have to hit a trade every single day. Today was a kind of a hard day. Like you gotta wait really. This is why waiting is important. Like we waited all session for something high probable, and it delivers. It doesn't always gonna deliver on a lower probable type of day, but yeah, that's kind of what we waited for. We also waited for this as well. So I even said this was valid in the stream. So we had this. So check this out here. So clear consolidation, right? As you can see over here. And we even fell short of this daily high. So continuation was looking pretty decent, honestly. If you go on GC, it was actually weaker. So then we got this strength switch here, as you can see. So we were looking for potential longs. And I even said this was valid in the stream right here. So taking this literally like right here. Basically as like a positional entry right before 10 closes. Because you have the V shape, you have the gap, you have the CSD. Like don't think about it too hard, you know? Like that's valid. And you have all like this low resistance, right? It's consolidation. So it's like consolidation, manipulation. And we're looking for 2R, or at least, right? Or whatever this high is over here to the left. At least. So this is what your trade would look like, but this is where I said to get out of the trade because of this. So again, logical, you know, getting out of the trade, right? So look here. So here's 10 o'clock, the first 15 minutes of 10 o'clock candle. We want to see it go open, low, high, close, right? But it's important to look at other assets, right? So look at this asset over here, gold. Gold has a gap right here, and since it's a stronger asset, right? Since the stronger asset, we would assume that it would not trade into the gap like this, obviously, because it's stronger right now. And so that means silver would take out this low. And what is this low? Basically, your stop loss. Like if it's gonna go right here and create that SMT fill or two-stage PSP, if it's gonna go to here, it might as well take your stop loss, right? So getting out break even, like literally break even right here, is smart in my opinion, and it works, right? But managing on my YM trade didn't work in my favor. So it's gonna work, you know, sometimes for you. It's gonna work sometimes against you. That's just the name of the game, and that's just how I trade, right? I don't always just set TP and, you know, and stop loss and just let it go. I have the experience to make my own discretionary decisions. And yeah, that's what was a possible entry. Now, price did some BS. Like I don't know why I had to do this, but it did. It ultimately did get there to our draw here, just in a weird, like, trashy way. Like, it comes and retraces into absolutely nothing. Like, it respects this gap, but there's no real, like, there's just swing SMT, I think, which I don't use. The only swing SMT I use is sequential SMT. So SMT between, let's say, 90-minute candles, 6-hour candles, daily candles, weekly candles. That's really it. Now, what you could have maybe saw this as is like a string switch. I just wasn't looking. This could maybe be like considered, I would say, I suppose. Strength. It's just not in a like that relevant of a level, I would say, but I guess it's in the gap or whatever. But yeah, you'd probably have to do it on the 1 minute type shit. Yeah, maybe this like, in hindsight, right? Like maybe, but again, probably on lower probable side. If it was high probable, like what would make this high probable? An SMT fill, like simple as that. An SMT fill, just go there, right? That's when we see this like displacement, ideally, right? So that's like, you know, it's okay, whatever. But that's what we had today. That's what I was looking for. Not the best PA to work with, but yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Hopefully this trade made sense. It's cool to see play out though, right? Like this sequence, right, that we use and wait for string switching, all that. It's some good lessons. So I still wanted to make a recap on it. So yeah. Hope you guys learned something. So.